Hi, this is Mel Sole with the Philwitz and Mel Sole Golf School, and I'm here at beautiful Paulie's Plantation. And this tip is obviously not going to apply to everyone, but it's going to apply to a high percentage of golfers, because I notice this a lot when I'm teaching. Particularly for those of you that slice, this is something for you to look for in your swing. When you grip the club, whatever way your wrist is at your address position, that's the way your wrist position has to be at the top. So if you start with the wrist flat, in other words, you have a fairly neutral grip and your wrist is flat, when you get to the top, the wrist should still be flat. Now let me explain where the club face has to be at the top of your backswing. When you get to the top of the backswing, this leading edge, the bottom edge of the club, that should be at 45 degrees when you get to the top of your backswing. If that club is pointing with the toe down, that's an open club face and you're going to slice. If the club is facing the sky, that's a closed club face, you're going to hook. So you want somebody, a friend or somebody, to stand behind you and tell you, but you have to watch your wrist at address. There's a relationship between these two, and what I notice particularly with amateurs as they go back is, as they want to go back here and cock their wrist, they do this. So they started with the wrist flat, and then as they cock the wrist, they get a little cup in the wrist. When you get the cup in your wrist, look where the club face is. The club face is going to be toe down, that's open. You're going to tend to slice from there. You have to keep the wrist flat if you started with a flat. Now I know without even looking that club face is square. If I start with a strong grip, now I'm going to have a cup here at the address. Now when I get to the top, it must be cupped for the wrist to be straight. If I flatten it, then the face is going to be closed. So if I go here, strong grip, and as I go back I flatten it, very closed club face. When I come back, club face is going to be closed, I'm going to hook it. So get someone to stand behind you, look at your wrist at address, and when you go to the top, ask that person, and if you start with it cupped here, ask the person, is my wrist cupped at the top? If you started with your wrist flat, ask them, is my wrist flat at the top? Because if it's not, you're not going to hit the ball on line. So remember, the wrist at address and the wrist at the top have to match. So work on that. I think for those of you that tend to cock your wrist this way instead of hinging this way, that might be a nice revelation to you to stop slicing.